welcome to my channel. This is my second YouTube video, and so again a little bit of an intro. Today I'm going to be talking about my first birth story and delivery. So we'll just dive right into the details, I guess. We first found out we were pregnant after our trip to Portugal in the summer of August of 2015, and so we decided to go ahead with a midwife, and so we were doing regular care, and they said that the due date that I calculated was a little bit off, so they determined that the due date based on the 3 ultrasounds that we had was actually not April 1st but April 15th. So I planned to work up until the last week of March, and on March 27th, 2016, which was Easter Sunday, we were sleeping about 3:30 in the morning. I woke up to go pee, which was normal at that point in the pregnancy, and went back to bed, and not even a half an hour later the mucus plug came out. So that can be normal. We learned from our midwife and our prenatal classes that the mucus plug can come out as early as a month before, so not to panic, and it's normal. And so I thought nothing of it, tried to go back to sleep. At about 4 o'clock I had a contraction. And so I had been having Braxton Hicks contractions throughout the whole end of the pregnancy, so thought nothing of that either. And in the meantime, my husband sort of was like, "What are you doing? What's going on?" And I said, "Oh, it's just the mucus plug, honey. Like, you have to work in the morning. Just try to go back to sleep. This is normal." So he's like, "Oh, okay." So then first contraction starts at 4, and then all of a sudden another contraction like 7 minutes later, and another one 5 minutes later. And so I was like, "Oh, that's weird. Like, this should go away hopefully soon, because it's kind of annoying." It wasn't super uncomfortable or painful, but just obviously I can't sleep through them. So so then I started to download an app to time them, thinking nothing of it at this point still, and then they started to get more intense. So at about 5 o'clock, I asked Corey to start rubbing my back, and he's like, "This is weird. Like, I'm gonna call in to work and tell them I'm not coming this morning." And I said, No. It's Easter Sunday. We have turkey dinner with my parents and your parents, and you have to work in the morning. So like, I still have a week of work left at this point also, so like this is not happening. And we're 3 weeks early. We're at 37 weeks and 2 days pregnant, so I'm not having a baby today. So he's like, "Well, I'm gonna run a bath and see if things settle down." So he runs me a bath, I get in, sure enough, contractions slow down, they get less intense, and I'm feeling good. So he's like, "Well, get out of the bath. You need to start timing these contractions, and once they're regular, we need to call the midwife, because the rule was if they're 4 minutes apart and they last a minute each, to call her and page her." So I was like, "Okay, fine." At this point, they were kind of all over the map. They were 4 minutes, 7 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, pretty consistent though. And so I was like, "Okay, I'll get out of the bath and I'll time them, but you're going to work." And he's like, "You're crazy, whatever." So then at about, this goes on for another 45 minutes, about 6 o'clock in the morning, I run to the bathroom and I noticed bleeding. And at this point I'm like, okay, well, no bleeding during pregnancy is a good sign. So maybe now we should just call the midwife and ask her what's going on and if this is normal. So then so she is asking me a bunch of questions. Of course, I'm having contractions while on the phone with her, and she wants to come check me. She wondered if I wanted to meet her at the hospital, or if she was going to come to our house. And I said, well, you know what, Jess, like, it's Easter Sunday. I really don't think you need to come check me. As long as you think that that amount of bleeding that I told you about was normal right now, then we'll monitor things. And even if this was labor, I was in the back of my mind, my mom had over 24-hour labor stories with both my brother and I, so I was just thinking, even if this is labor and it's the beginning, then I've still got a whole day left to go. So don't come check me now. It's 6 o'clock in the morning on Easter Sunday. So she's counting my contractions while on the phone with me. Make a long story short, she's made the executive decision to come check me. So Jess is on her way to come check me, and in the meantime, the contractions are definitely very intense, probably the most intense. They went from like 0 to 100 in this 45-minute span, and at about 6:20, 6:25, all of a sudden my body just starts going into pushing mode. And for any of you that have had a baby already, you have zero control over this bodily thing that is happening to you. Your body just is essentially trying to push a baby out, and so you have no control, and it's just going to do its thing. So I immediately panic, and I've never experienced anything like it. It was like my body wanted to push, sounds were coming out of me that I have never heard before. It was terrifying. And of course the pressure and the pain at this point were like, okay, call 911, I'm dying. So Corey's like, well, I'm gonna call Jess back because you told her to take her time and maybe she needs to hurry. So he calls Jess back, and Jess is like, oh my God, do you have another phone? I need you to call 911. She is in labor, she's having a baby. So Corey gets on his other phone and calls 911. EMS is like, okay, well, we're 20-30 minutes away. Jess is 20 to 30 minutes away. So in the meantime, she's calling a midwife named Lana that we hadn't even met before because she lives a little bit closer to where we are. And Lana's on her way now too. So Corey, in the meantime, is being taught over the phone how to deliver a baby. So the prenatal classes that we went to, needless to say, that he thought were useless, came in handy a little bit here. They are telling him to get garbage bags and towels, first of all. I'm on the toilet pushing because, of course, it feels like you need to go to the bathroom. And then he's getting all the stuff ready on the bathroom floor. And then they're like, now we need you to lay her down and tell us if you see the baby's head. So I'm on the floor in the bathroom. He sees the baby's head. They're all like, okay, tell her to stop pushing. We're all, 10-15 minutes away. Hopefully Lana's closer. And in the meantime, you need to listen to us carefully because we are going to teach you how to deliver a baby. So he loses all the color in his body, profusely starts sweating, opens the window because he's about to pass out. This is coming from the guy that did not want to watch the birth from that angle. He was like, I'll just stay up here and massage your back and hold your hand. Like, I don't need to see our baby being born. Because he knew he didn't really do well in these kinds of situations. Meanwhile, they're now teaching him over the phone how to deliver one. So he got the lowdown from them. I, at this point, have no idea what they're saying because I'm trying to just hold this baby inside of me until somebody gets here. And at about 6:50, Lana shows up. So never met her before. She finds her way up into our house, into our bathroom, and just immediately sends Corey to get all the equipment from her car, just in case. And then at 6:55, our midwife Jess shows up. 6:56, the 4 paramedics show up because 2 for me, 2 for the baby. And so 2 ambulances are parked outside as well. And then at 7:01, Jess delivered our baby girl. So we did not know what we were having. It was quite a surreal experience, to say the least. It was the best moment of our lives, changed us forever. We thought we were having a boy. The whole time we were calling her a him and saying he, and we even started to sort of decorate a little bit more masculine. And so when Jess got Corey to hold the baby up and tell me what it was, and he said it's a girl, it was just the most amazing feeling, because I had always secretly wanted a girl. And so because it was a girl, we had no names picked out. We couldn't agree on a name, although I loved the name Isla Rose from the minute I heard it when I was like 17 years old. So in that moment he sort of said, yeah, like, you can have your name. And so yeah, Isla Rose Jones was born March 27th at 7:01. She weighed 7 pounds 2 ounces. She was born at 37 weeks and 2 days. So I secretly wonder to this day if my due date was actually correct of April 1st versus April 15th, because she came so quickly, and she wasn't covered in vernix. She was such a good weight. So anyway, that's our story. I'm going to show you a little clip of Isla when she wakes up. She's sleeping now. And so needless to say, with this twin pregnancy, the OB is not wanting me to work very much longer due to my history and the fact that it's twins. They're just a little bit worried about preterm labor, which is understandable at this point. We don't want to have, well, we would love to have another home birth, but we can't. We have to have them at the hospital. We have to have an OB. They're highly recommending an epidural just in case anything does go wrong and we need an emergency C-section. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at there with that. That's our birth story. We love it. We were lucky. I know not everyone has a quick and fast labor and delivery like that, but I think truly it was because I was in such denial that I was in labor from the beginning. That's what helped. I just blocked it all out of my mind. So anyway, I'll let you meet Isla when she wakes up, and then the next video will likely be more about the twin pregnancy. So stay tuned, and if you have any questions or comments, be sure to comment below, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!
Cheese.
Say cheese!
Cheese.
Say hi, everybody!
Hi, buddy.
What's your name?
Choo-choo.
What's your name?
Marco.
Isla.
Anna.
How old are you?
1.
1. You'll be 2 soon.
Too soon.
Yeah. Blow everybody a kiss.